Sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. It's late and I'm just musing with a concept. Let me run it by you. GameMasters here, and for years the big bad evil guy in my Dungeons & Dragons campaign has been an evil wizard. I know, original. But an evil wizard named Graine. Yeah, like the grain of salt, but with an E at the end. My players were first introduced to him as Bishop Inerig. Yeah, Graine spelled backwards, but they didn't know that yet. Bishop Inerig initially befriended them, hiring them to first rid the local church of rats in the basement, then to locate a missing artifact that was stolen and stashed in a nearby cave. Over the course of about 8 months, Bishop Inerig would hire them for other odd jobs, always delivering coin or other small trinkets, and an innocent magic item would fall into their hands along the way. The bishop and the party, you could say, kind of became friends. Eventually, the party moved on from the town in which the bishop lived. But every now and again, a letter would find them, just the bishop checking in, asking what they were up to, how their adventures fared. He even met them on very random occasions, having been sent to the area to help cleanse it of some forgotten plot point. Eventually, the players discovered that Bishop Inerig had been playing them since the beginning. He had been keeping an eye on them for all this time and revealed himself to be Graine, a wizard bent on, as most evil wizards want, to take over the world. Over the years, the party would fight Graine, and it would appear that they had won, only for Graine to pop up again a bit further down the campaign trail. Graine, in his spare time, was keen on creating items, twisted from his evil magics, and custom spells too. One of the items, several of them, were the Scepters of Dragons. The description reads, "If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps to spread it out to more eyes, and I thank you." Wait, that's not actually what it says, but I still thank you if you hit that like button. It actually reads, "The Evil Sorcerer Graine has spent an untold amount of years crafting and twisting his dark magic for his darkened purposes. With lairs spread out over the lands, many of them are still filled with forgotten items and lost artifacts. Among the more common items found is the Scepter of Dragons, several of which are usually located in darkened alley shops that trade in wares of a more sinister nature. Many of these scepters exist, each one able to produce a fraction of a dragon's breath weapon based on the type and age that the dragon was when it was harvested. Each scepter carries 1d6 charges that replenishes its spent charges daily at dawn, but only if it maintains at least one charge. If a scepter is ever reduced to 0 charges, it will simply crumble apart into bone. The Scepter of Dragons table lists the amount of damage based on the age of the dragon. And it's theorized that these are plentiful throughout the land, because not only could Graine fashion them from harvested dragons that he has fallen, but also from harvested dragonborn parts as well. And you can see the table here depicts the amount of damage that any given found scepter would produce. Now, here's my question. The concept that I'm using and want to run by you. I've got a musload of custom magic items that Graine has created over the years. Custom spells, and other various things too. Graine has been around since the late 1990s. Shucks, he even spans all the way back to advanced Dungeons & Dragons days. Okay, here it is. Would you guys be interested in seeing a tome? No, a grimoire, a journal, Graine's Grimoire Journal, a book where I collect and compile all the super cool items, spells, and whatnot that I've custom made for him over the years. I value the feedback that you all have provided to me in the past. I love jamming with you all in the comments. So let me know. Is this a goofy idea? I mean, I know there are loads of places out there to get random magic items, spells, all that stuff. Or would you like to see more about Graine and the things he's done and made? Let me know down in the comments. And until next our paths cross, let's just hope you're not a dragonborn that crosses Graine's path.